you know, the household was great. You know what I mean? My grandparents, you know, they made sure they watch over me, and they you know, make sure I learn my timetables and everything.
Indeed.
So, you know.
Indeed. What are that your parents put into you that you still hold on to this day, and also you instill into your family?
It was always, you know, one of the big words that I'm always using is being humble. Like, you know, don't think I'm better and bigger than anybody else. You know what I mean? Being humble, respectful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And you know, just making sure that, you know, you have a clean face at all times. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, I think humble and respect. You know what I mean? Loyalty is a big thing with me right now. You know what I mean? So
That's dope.
Definitely.
Now, okay, this is personal.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing with that, with being humble and flexing on niggas at the same time, just to let them know, what you do, who you are. Because sometimes you got to do it, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, people act like they don't know or they don't see, and they kind of, you know, brush you off a little bit. You got to be like, nah, bro, I didn't did this. I'm here. Don't understand who I am.
Yeah. It's
What is that balance with you?
Ooh, that balance is tough with me, man. Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I be wanting to snap on people. I be wanting to smack on people. I want to, you know, go off. But the world know that was never me. You know what I mean? You know, it kind of happened a little bit, you know, this weekend. You know what I mean? And my guy told me, he was like, yo, I love how you handle that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, you know, you know, you got to show the hospitality when they come to your city, just like you did, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But if just something goes a little left, you be like, damn, man, I got to, you know, try to let them know, you know, that's kind of disrespectful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come to my city, this red carpet all the way out.
I was just there. Me and my wife was just there. Beautiful.
You got to come back out then, because I got to show you another red carpet.
Well, come on. Hey, you ain't said nothing but a word. You ain't said nothing but a word.
You got to come back out. But yeah, the humble thing, you know, I'm that's my middle name, so I'm always humble. But you know, I can't, you know, I can't really try to snap on people. But some way, somehow, I'm gonna let you know, hey, you know, you gotta fix the situation right quick, man. You know, and you know, and it comes out. It comes out good.
And it comes out clean.
It comes out clean. You know what I mean? Because they respect you in that sense too. You know
yes,
what I
sir.
mean? They be like, oh man, you gotta fix this. And
indeed.
That's what it is.
Now, as far as with the networking in the clubs, I've been seeing you out. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing you putting in some work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. One of my big dogs. Shout out Cajun. Shout out my boy.
Shout out Cajun in the building.
I appreciate you, my brother. Mel Buck. I appreciate you, my brother, for even, you know, just running around with them, man. Mm-hmm. Networking and working and things like that. How has that been? How has Chicago been treated?
Oh man, Chicago gave me the utmost love, man, and it's funny how I'm on my way over here and my people's back at home or anywhere else. They're like, "You going to Chicago? You going to Chicago? Yo, you all right? You know what I mean? I'm good, man." And when I got out here, you know, just seeing like the party that I did a couple of nights ago. Everybody was just showing me love. Like everybody, a couple of old school cats came out, a couple of new artists came out, and they showed me love. They want me to help break their records, and they rolled out the red carpet for me. You know what I mean? And I loved it. You know what I mean? Anything that I heard about Chicago, I didn't see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
usually.
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah, it is.
Just like in Miami, in certain areas, certain towns.
Yes.
You know, we have our situations, but I think, you know, just like Miami, Chicago, when they see a real one come through and show love, it's all love all around.
It's all love.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Yeah.
Rock the Bells. Dash Radio. How did that come about? And could you please give me some advice as a up-and-coming host, radio personality, like the shit that I'm striving for, and you've seen already? How did that come about, and what's some of the advice you can give me when I get there?
The Dash Radio came first. Me leaving iHeart because I wasn't too pleased about how they were treating my brand. You know, like if Gotti is gonna come do work for a station, let Gotti be Gotti.
Yes.
That's the way it's gonna work. That's the way your team is gonna win. That's the way, you know what I mean?
That's the way they found me. That's why they want me.
Exactly. With iHeart, you know, I felt like my hand was tied behind my back trying to DJ with the same 20 records. And Miami and the world knows that's not me. They hear it. They're like, man, that's not Epps, man. Why they not letting him do him, you know what I mean? So, you know, I had to leave iHeart and just figure out ways to try to get into that satellite radio world. So Dash Radio was presented to me by a Delicious Vinyl Radio in California, and they was like, yo, Epps, just do you. And I sure enough did that. And you know, we've been doing that every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the Sunday brunch. And then the big situation with Rock the Bells was, you know, I'm gonna have to say, this saved my radio life. This also saved my brand. This also saved my mental health.
Wow.
It saved me in a lot of ways. And I have to thank, first I'm gonna thank, of course, God. You know what I mean?
As you should.
Two, I'm gonna thank Prince Marky D from the original Fat Boys, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace.
When, and I'm gonna just tell you the story how it just went down.
Go ahead, run it.
As I'm chilling, you know, in Miami, I don't know what I was doing. I get a call from LL. Straight from LL.
Hold on. You can't let that, don't just let that breathe. You gotta let that breathe. Let's not skate past that.
Yeah. I was like, who? Yo, it's LL. What's going on? He was like, yo, everything cool, my G, you know what I mean? I want to know if you can help me out with something. I'm looking for Marky. I'm like, but Marky's your talent. He's on your radio station. Why are you looking for him? Exactly. He hasn't turned in a show for like 3 days. I'm like, what? He was like, yo, you can help me search for him? I was like, yo, I'm going straight to the crib. Actually, I was doing something, so I sent some goons out there to go check around the area, and they was like, yo, they gave word back that the ambulance picked him up like 3 hours ago, and he went straight to the hospital. So we went straight to the hospital, and by the time we got there, you know, they announced that, you know, he had passed away.
Wow.
So I had to call LL back and tell him, like, yo, it's a wrap, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And Prince, you know, Marky, you know, he helped me out in the radio world as well. You know what I mean? And, you know, he's a great guy. You know, always want to make you happy. Like if he was here, if you was interviewing him, you would feel his soul, you would feel his energy.
The whole spirit.
And he'll give you all the knowledge you need, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So, you know, LL was doing something called All Day City. He would do it for Chicago, he would do it for Miami, you know what I mean? So when he was doing Miami, he chose me, Khaled, Magic Mike, and DJ Laz, and we did a show, you know what I mean, about Miami. We would have Cool and Dre, we would have everybody. Yeah. You know, we was just doing a Miami show all day. And when I did my show, he basically fell in love with my mix. And he was like, yo, Epps, your mix is magical, you know what I mean?
in the famous LL voice.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Your mix is magical, man. Whatever you want to do on Rock the Bells, let's do it. I was like, well, let's start small, you know what I mean? You know, let's figure it out. And he gave me my own Saturday night show, which has been, you know, successful and phenomenal for the past 3 months, you know what I mean?
9 to 11, right?
9 to 11 on Saturday nights, Eastern Time, and it replays again at 1 o'clock in the morning, technically Sunday morning. So in case you missed that, right back. So yeah, that's been great. And, you know, I think it's all about just always pushing your brand and staying in people's face and letting people know that, you know, you're the best at what you do, you know what I mean? And, you know, LL found out through Marky D, because Marky was always pitching him to me like, yo, you need Epps somewhere, somehow on your show. And I guess LL remembered that, and he made sure he just, like, you know, I guess, made my dream come true, and as well, you know, make sure his brand is looking great. So right now, me and LL's, you know, I still haven't ran up on him. You know what I mean? We still haven't met in person.
Okay.
But it's like we've been brothers. You know what I mean? Ever since, and you know.
How does one fathom a call from LL and not lose your shit on the other side of the phone?
Yo, it was crazy because wifey was sitting right there. She was losing her shit more than I was. She's like, yo. I was like, yeah. But at the same time, I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm collective.
Yeah.
But my hands were shaking a little bit. I can't front. My hands were shaking a little bit. I was like, yo, why is LL calling me? And then, but, you know, when he was telling me about the Marquis situation, you know, I felt like I had to save a couple of people. Like, I felt like I had to put on the Batman cape or the Superman cape, go figure this out. You know what I mean? And you know, yeah, man. When he hit the call, it was kind of nervous. You know what I mean? Nerve-wracking a little bit, but at the same time, you know, goosebumps.
Yeah.
It was a privilege to hear from the God. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Yeah, definitely.
The pressure, because not all rise to the occasion when it's that time. So that pressure that was on your back that you said you was feeling, how did you get through that? How did you navigate through that with your nerves, or did you just have to talk to yourself? It was a mental thing.
I guess it was a mental thing because, you know, I had to make sure that, you know, whatever I talk to LL about, I had to make sure my words are straight. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, as a DJ, we get excited and, you know.
You start talking.
Yeah.
It's big talk.
Yeah. But, you know, the nerve came in and came out. You know what I mean? It's just like when you're stepping on stage and you're about to go DJ and you know, I get a little butterflies a little bit. It comes in and out. You know what I mean?
Yes, I get it.
But, you know, I wanted to get the Marky D thing out the way. That was kind of really the nerve. But when it went out the way and it was time to go to work for him and, you know, the contracts were signed, the pressure, it wasn't there. I was putting the pressure on everybody. Like, okay, I'm about to be the best show on Sirius XM. You know
show
what I
out.
mean? Yeah, I'm going to show out. You know what I mean? Thanks to Mr. C, he guided me through a couple of things. Thanks to Z-Trip, you know what I mean? He supported me. Chuck Chill Out, Roxanne, you know what I mean? And you know, you just gotta knock him out like Muhammad Ali, man. You know what I mean? You know, just try not to be too nervous about it. Just, you know, get your mind right and do the best as you can, the best show and whatnot. So every Saturday I make sure I put on. And here I am thinking, you know, he's too busy probably doing the next episode of his television show or whatnot. Yeah. But he's there, man. He's there in his car. He's there in his crib, and he's listening to me, and he's picking up ideas. And not only that, I also brought him some other business ventures to him that's going to help out his brand and his legacy. And, you know, he just loved the fact that I go in for him, not just on the radio, but, you know, as a friend, overall, everything,
Building your brand, because I'm still building my brand now. You know what I mean? And it's a tough grind. I'm staying consistent. I'm staying in people's faces. Doing these live events, so they seeing my faces. I feel like I'm at this stage to where I'm a single, but nobody knows my face right now. They see the brand, they see the product, they hear about me, they see the guest that's on my show, but they just like, I forgot his name. What is his name? So building that brand, what would you, what's some advice that you would give me to help me elevate just a little bit more?
Well, just like I said earlier, man, just stay consistent with your shows and, you know, posting on whatever you're doing on Instagram or whatever, because that right there, everybody's watching it, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Just stay in people's face. Because even with me, man, you know, a lot of people hear DJ Epps, but really don't know the face. You know what I mean? I've got mistaken for Envy sometimes, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Or some other DJ. It's like, I know it's E. It's E something.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's important that, you know, whether on my Instagram I'm doing a daily morning post, or I'm doing an interview with Gotti, or I'm hanging out in Chicago with Cajun, or I'm back in Mexico, or, you know, out of the country somewhere, I gotta let everybody know I'm in your town, I'm in your face. There ain't no other DJ that's better than me. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And I prove it to people. And
talk that
you know
talk.
I mean? That's what
talk
it
that
is.
talk,
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
Yeah. And one thing I do every year, January 1st, is like I say, what can I do better than I did last year?
Yeah.
Just to elevate. And I think that's one of my secrets of being consistent with my brand and always being relevant at all times. I might have had 1 year off, which was the pandemic, but even so with the pandemic, how can I stay in people's face? Once I saw D-Nice, what he did, I was like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Now, how can I do it different from D-Nice?
And put your spin on it.
And put my spin on it. What do I do best? I put out people's music. I break people's music. So now the world is just contacting me, yo, play my music, play my label's music. And of course it became a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To a point that somebody said it the other day, they was like, yo, Epps is like the underground radio station on Instagram. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, I do that. Yeah.
Keep all that.
Yeah, so, and not only that, you know, the days of turntablism is not really there, but it is. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm live on my turntables. You don't see me on controllers because that's what people love. They love to see the you know what I mean, the turntablism and the real action.
The Kid Capri.
Oh yeah, the Kid Capri's.
Legend.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's one of my low key, you know, mentors that I look up to. But yeah, definitely, you know, turntables, interviews, you know, and just, you know, being in people's face at all times. 10 o'clock, Monday to Friday, weeknights on my IG, you can catch me holding it down, you know what I mean? They call me like the late night Arsenio Hall. You know when you used to wait for Arsenio or even Morton, you be waiting for them.
Right there.
They're right there. And they go Epps.
Now.